The past. I grew up in one of the weaker packs. My father was a Gama, loyal but powerless, and my mother spent her life keeping peace between families. I was always the odd one out, not strong enough to spar with the warrior kids, not charming enough to fit in with the Luna's daughters. But I had one thing they didn't. Still, in everyone's eyes, I was too fragile. Until the day my pride was summoned to the Alpha King's territory. Everything changed at the Harvest Moon gathering when her pack traveled to the Alpha King's territory. I had never seen him before, only heard the rumors. Jungkook is merciless. He became Alpha King at just 19. They say he ripped apart a whole rogue clan with his bare hands. And when he entered the hall, I understood the fear. Tall, broad-shouldered, eyes that looked like they could strip you to the bones. Yen hadn't expected him to notice either. She had tried to stay at the back, away from the important rules, but when his eyes swept the hall, they locked on hers. The scent hit both of them at the same time, raw, intoxicating, undeniable. For a heartbeat, it felt like the world froze. His scent slammed into hers, intoxicating, dangerous, familiar in a way that made my heart ache. I stumbled back, breathing hitch, clutching my chest. His jaw tightened, his nostrils flared. He felt it too. The bond slammed into Jungkook like tornado. His wolf surged forward, howling with a single word, mate. The moment I scented her, my wolf roared, mate, but when she was too young, 16 while I was already 21. Alpha king of countless packs, I needed a Lula who could stand at my side. I wanted to delay to fight it, but the bond was there, undeniable, and it terrified me, because needing someone meant weakness. Rumors spread quickly, the whisper that the Alpha King had found his mate reached every corner of the pack. Anticipation grew, and when the festival began, all eyes turned to them. The hall filled with silence as she stepped forward, her heart in her eyes, waiting for him to claim her. Instead, his voice again. You are too young, too weak. I can't have a Luna who hides behind me. Gas rippled through the ward. Yen's wolf whimpered. You are rejecting me? Yes, I reject you. His answer was cold and final. The bond snapped like breaking glass. Pain tore through both of them, but only one showed it. Yen lifted her chin despite the ache following herself. In that moment, through the ache, Yen made herself a promise. One day, Jungkook, you will regret the words you just said. 5 years later, present. The Alpha King's hall was alive with the low hum of voices. Warriors stood in formation, betas discussed border patrols, and yet a strange tension rippled. Heads turned, a figure walked inside, her bow striking the stone floor with calm authority, black coat trailing behind her, chin lifted high and sharp enough to silence the hall. The mate he had once rejected, Yen. Every step inside the hall felt like vengeance. I could feel the weight of their stares. Wolves who had once pitied me, mocked me, dismissed me, now their eyes widened in disbelief. The scent hit me next. Him. Still intoxicating, still dangerous, still mine. I forced my wolf down, smoking instead. Not this time. He doesn't get to see weakness. At the far end of the hall, Jungkook froze. The Alpha King's composure faltered for the first time in years. His hands clenched at his side, his eyes widening. Mate, the word thundered in my skull. It had haunted me for years, gone at me in every quiet moment. I had buried it, convinced. And now she stood before me transformed, no longer trembling, no longer breakable. She was power wrapped in beauty, danger cloaked in calm, the kind of Luna I had once dreamed of. Mate, don't act surprised, Alpha. You made it very clear I wasn't good enough, remember? Gas rippled through the hall. The beta young stepped closer to Jungkook, uncertainty flickering in his eyes. Alpha, that's her, the rogue leader. Correction, was your mate. You rejected me, remember? I built my own empire. I don't need you. The tension in the room thickened. Some wolves exchanged looks, others lowered their heads, unsure how their alpha would respond. And then another figure stepped forward from the inside, tall, broad shoulders with strong grey eyes, full of sharp amusement. Kai, her second in command, a rogue who carried himself with the arrogance of a wolf who feared nothing. Do you want me to handle him, leader? One word and I'll tear him down. The growl that roared from Jungkook's chest shocked the hall. His wolf pressed hard against the surface. Touch her and I'll kill you. Ian only laughed, the sharp sound and cutting. Relax, Alpha King. Kai is loyal to me, just like I chose him. Gasps echoed through again. Taeyong's eyes widened in shock, while Jungkook's wolf howled his rage, possessiveness clawing at him. The hall was storm, waiting to break. The wolves stood frozen, their gazes darting between the Alpha King and the Rudu leader. Jungkook's aura pressed heavy on the room, sharp as blade, but Ian's power cut right through it, steady, cold, unflinching. At her side, Kai rested a hand casually on the hilt of his dagger, smuggling like he owned the place. Taeyong, ever watchful, glanced between his alpha and the woman before him. It was intoxicating, watching him unravel. The same man who once shattered me with a single rejection now looked as if the ground had been pulled out. Part of me wanted to savor it, another part, buried still ached at the bond that tugged between us, but had spent years. What have you done to yourself? I survived. Isn't that what you wanted? For me to prove I wasn't weak? That's not what I saved. You lost your chance to explain 5 years ago. Her words stung sharper than claws. Jungkook's chest heaved, his wolf restless, every instinct screaming to close the distance between them. It was a provocation. Jungkook couldn't ignore. His aura snapped outward, rattling the air. Some of his warriors flinched. Every instinct told me to rip that robot apart, to drag her back to. But the truth burned. She wasn't the trembling girl I had rejected. She was a leader now, her own force. What's wrong, Alpha King? Surprised someone else stood by her when you wouldn't. Watch your tongue, Grogu. Kai only laughed, and the tension was full. Enough, Kai, he's not worth it. The words were deliberate. A knife twisted in Jungkook's chest. The silence crackled when the heavy doors opened again. A new presence filled the hall, commanding, arrogant, another alpha. Broad-shouldered, dripping crimson cock, his golden eyes gleamed with dreaded interest. This was Alpha Darius, one of the few who dared defy Jungkook's rule. His face locked on again. So it's true the local leader is a she-wolf, and a beauty at that. Why waste yourself on a king who rejected your little wolf? Come stand by me, I'll make you my Luna. Gasps rippled through the hall. Wolf shifted uneasily, caught between fear and curiosity. Jungkook's wolf snapped, his aura exploded. Don't you dare. What? Now you want her? After tossing her aside like garbage? He said, mocking. I don't belong to anyone, not him, not you, remember that. Her words silenced both alphas. Darius chuckled darkly, but there was respect in his eyes. Jungkook, however, looked at her as if he had been struck. This wasn't the weak girl he had rejected. This was a woman who could command kings, and for the first time in his region, the Alpha King realized he might have to beg. The hall settled into uneasy silence after Alpha Darius' interruption. The visiting Alpha's laughter still echoed faintly, but he soon withdrew. Whispers spread like wildfire after the gathered wolves. Some murmured among the scandal of the rogue leader being Jungkook's mate. Others dared to wonder aloud if she truly was stronger now. The sound of their whispers clawed at me. They were doubting me, doubting their king. But worse than that was the sight of her, so composed, so untouchable. And Kai, that damn rogue, hovered at her side like he belonged there. His casual smirk, his protective stance, it made my blood boil. I had rejected her once, yet he stood still beneath the weight of the stairs, her expression cold, almost amused. Kai leaned closer, his voice low enough for only her to hear. Though Jungkook's sharp ears caught every word. They look at you differently now, Alpha. Afraid, respectful, just as they should. Fear and respect aren't the same kind, remember that. Jungkook's jaw clenched at the familiarity between them. His wolf snapped inside, demanding to intervene. Drag her away, remind everyone she was his. He forced her strip. Giant stepped closer, trying to steady the strong bravery in his alpha. His hand brushed against Jungkook's arm. Control yourself, Alpha. They are watching. Don't give them more reasons to doubt. She stands there like she doesn't remember, like she doesn't feel the bond clawing at her. Maybe she doesn't want to. She doesn't get to decide that. Jungkook turned sharply. I felt his eyes on me, burning, desperate, accusing. His wolf pressed against me like a storm at my back. Still, my wolf whimpered quietly, a sound only I could hear inside my head. She still remembered him. She still wanted him. I silenced her with the same coldness. The earth thickened with tension. Pack members shifted uneasily, caught between loyalty to their alpha and the magnetic pull of the rogue queen who stood before them. You look restless, King. Not used to seeing someone stand up to you. Careful, Robo, he said, snarling. What's the matter? Afraid she'll choose someone stronger this time? The growl that ripped from Jungkook's chest shocked the hall. Wolf lowered their head instantly, his aura blackened. Enough, both of you. Her command silenced them instantly, not through force but through authority. Even Jungkook's soul hesitated, stunned by the dominance. The pack stood in disbelief. Robo Alpha had silenced their king with a single word. Or destroy him. The gathering broke apart reluctantly. Wolves filtered from the hall in tense silence, whispers trailing in their walk. Taeyong lingered at Jungkook's side. Yen left the hall the way she had entered, head high, aura unshaken, Kai at her side like a shadow. The moment the doors closed behind her, his wolf snapped inside him, demanding he follow. I had spent 5 years burying the bond, 5 years convincing myself I had done the right thing, but seeing her again, powerful, untouchable, was a torment I couldn't endure. He slipped from the hall before Taeyong could stop him. The corridors were dimly lit, the stone walls echoing with the steady rhythm of his boots. He found her in the courtyard, moonlight silvering her dark hair, Kai speaking close to her ear. A growl rose from his throat. Leave us. She's my leader. I don't take orders from you. Yen turned her smile, cutting through the tension. Go, Kai. The robo hesitated, eyes narrowing at Jungkook, but at her command he finally stepped back, vanishing into the shadows. Now only the two of them remained. The courtyard fell silent except for the distant call of nightbirds. The moon cast them in silver, illuminating every line of defiance. You have changed. Of course I did. I had to. Yen, don't. Don't say my name like you have the right to. His jaw tightened. He moved closer. You think I wanted this? That rejecting you was easy? Easy? You shattered me, Jungkook. You humiliated me in front of everyone. You threw me away. The words poured out before I could stop them. The anger I had built for years finally cut loose. His eyes wandered to me, not with mockery this time, but regret. I was wrong. I thought I was protecting us both. I thought you had hate me less if I pushed you away. Congratulations, you have got half of it right. Tell me you don't feel it. The bond, it's still there, pulling you close to me. Tell me you don't like away at night, fighting it. I learned how to silence it, something you'll never understand. The words hit him like claws. He reached out before he could stop himself, his hand hovering just shy of her neck, trembling with restraint. He didn't move, didn't flinch. I thought I was doing the right thing. I thought letting you go would keep you safe. But every day since then, I have been haunted by your scent, by your voice. Don't romanticize it now. You didn't let me go, Jungkook. You rejected me. There's a difference. And I have regretted it every time days in this. Do you know? You lost that right when you turned your back on me. Then give me a chance to earn it back. One chance. That's all I ask. The hands finally brushed her cheeks as the light hissed. The bond flared violently, sending a shiver down her spine. Her wolf hovered near her. Yen grabbed his waist, shouted away, breathing hard. Her eyes brimmed with unshed tears. Don't you dare make me remember what it felt like to want you. Jungkook's face crumpled, pain flashing across her features. I am not the same girl you rejected, and you are not the alpha I once wanted. She turned sharply, cloak swirling behind her. She was lying, she had to be lying, because I felt it, the bond still burned between us, and no matter how far she ran, I would tear the world apart. A few days later, chains bit into Yen's wrist, silhouetting into her skin until the metallic stain formed her nose. The rules secret of time, birth, and decay, shadows curling. How fitting. The maid was thrown aside on track back into chains. Do you feel it, Yen? Destiny's circle closing. Do you think chaining you makes my king? Oh, I don't need chains to own you. All I need is truth. Truth from your mouth. I'd sooner trust poison. But this is the poison that already killed you, won't tell me. Did Jungkook ever whisper why he cast you aside? Why burn the bond instead of naming it? He didn't reject you because you were weak. No. He rejected you because he believed you had destroyed him. Not in betrayal, not in war, but by prophecy. And here's the delicious part. He believed the word because he'd already seen it. His father also lost his throne and his maid. So he broke you, abandoned you, not because he doubted your word. The words cut deeper than the chains. My rejection has never been about my weakness, it had been about my death. Don't cast my life to save his crown. Now you see it, don't you? He feared you. He feared what you would question. But I fear nothing. Not seers, not visions. You call him a coward, but this desperation strings worse than fear. You'll never have materials. How do you even know the prophecy is false? Isn't it simple to understand? I am the one who made this prophecy, so it's obvious that it was fake. I never wanted Jiwon to complete the bond and grow stronger, so I spread this false news. You manipulated him entirely. Every tear he shed, every moment he wavered, I fed it. He didn't reject because he feared your power. He rejected you because he believed a lie. Just when Yen was about to bring you from the chambers to crushed open, his spirit was flying, Jungkook stormed in. Here is your little king, and now he will leave the truth. And every day of torment is a flower midway, and every word he thought was prophecy, a lie. A lie. Yes, I made that prophecy. I made you doubt yourself. Almost had you die. But you are not yet broken. So tonight here I'll finish you both permanently. My heart thundered. Every memory of rejection, every pang of self-loathing, every sleepless night haunted by his absence. It wasn't its fault. With a chain sound surged, silver shattered as she tore the chains. Claws glinting into her slab. She leaped, slamming. There is. You'll ruin everything. No, there is. You ruined yourself. With one precise strike, she ended him. His body slumped lifelessly. Jungkook staggered forward, clawed trembling. I thought it was true. I thought I was saving you, protecting you. You suffered, yes, but so did I. And it wasn't for fate or prophecy that broke us. It was lies. Lies he fed both of us. There is a storm. Let me make it right. Let me fight for you. Not against fate, not against yourself. Let me prove that I'm worthy of you. Of us. Yesterday then. You'll have to earn your every day, Jungkook. Not because I doubt you, but because I know my worth. Every day, I swear it. Back courtyard. The moon hung low over the back's courtyard, silver light reflecting off the stone and the gathered waves. The Alpha's council, Jungkook's empire, stood in tense silence. Everyone, behold your Alpha King. A hush fell over the bag as Jungkook swallowed. For years he abandoned his Luna, doubted her and did lies. Yes, lies manipulate his heart. But today he will atone. Jungkook's jaw dropped, and the force lets in humility. She snapped her fingers. Instantly Jungkook dropped to his knees in front of the bar. Mama circled through the walls. You will confidently every hour and yes loudly. With back yourself, I want to hear you admit out loud that your Luna is brilliant, fierce, and terrifyingly gorgeous. My Luna, you're brilliant, fierce, and terrifyingly gorgeous. The pack erupted into soft laughter, wolfish grin. Next, public display of affection, and don't even think of sneaking away. A kiss on a bow on her hand, demonstrate your devotion, Alpha. Jungkook hesitated, then gently took her hand, pressing it to his lips. Ian's eyes sparkled, the wolfish grin spreading across her face. And finally, whenever I am right, which is often, you will admit it gracefully. Thank me for correcting me loudly, proudly, because humility is sexy. He laughed. Yes, so now I accept my punishment, and I will proudly thank you. The pack clapped, howled, and barked in approval. Jungkook knelt, blushing but smiling, utterly in love, utterly devoted. He stood tall, jolly, and unacceptable in the aura. Night air hummed with laughter, awe, and something softer. Words surfaced at last.